Hi everyone. My name is Alexander Magalong, and I'm the new associate conductor of the Frost Symphony Orchestra. I don't know what's the best way to say this. Professor Sleeper has been delayed, and so I'm going to get going with the concert, and hopefully he will show up soon, especially when by the time we get to the run-through. That'd be great. I hope you enjoy this.
That is not what I have written. It is not ... Right, you're right, very good. It must be powerful, demanding. But I understand. Maestro, eh? Pardon me. Ludwig van Beethoven. Better, right? This idea, this motive, is the most important thing in my symphony. Can you say motive? Motive. Good, can you sing it? Again. Much better. Young lady, can you sing for us, please, the motive? You did before, it was very good. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah. Thank you. This idea, this motive, is the most important idea in my symphony. Do you know what a symphony is? Good. Okay, maybe I'll tell you for those of you that do not know, a symphony in my day, I don't know what it is today, a symphony in my day was four songs that go together to make one idea. Like if I put together 4 words to make a sentence that you could understand, or if I said shoe, cello, door, gorilla. Oh, excuse me, sir. This makes no sense. Shoe, cello, door, gorilla means nothing to you. But if I say to you, mountains, lie beyond mountains. Can you see this? Just say yes. Yeah. 4 things together that make one idea. This is the idea of a symphony. It tells a story, you know? And this symphony tells a story too. It's a story of moving from darkness into light, from fear into hope. You think, how could a person write music that sounds dark or light? Well, we have tricks. For darkness, you will hear something which is called minor. Can you say minor?
Minor.
Very good accent, okay. A bit scary, yeah? And now for light, we do something called major. Can you say major?
Major.
Much happier, yeah? So the symphony goes from darkness to light, from minor to major. And now we play from minor to major, just so you can hear what happens, yeah? Okay? Mountains lie beyond mountains. Very good. They play very well, yeah? So now, I will play nothing. I move my hands in the air, there is no sound. They will play for you the beginning of each of the songs, so you can hear what they sound like. That be okay?
Yeah.
Correct answer. Very good. Okay. So the beginning of the first song, or movement, can you say movement? Movement. Ah, very good. You're so smart. The first movement, mountains. A bit scary, yeah? That's the darkness. This is the first movement. The second movement, Mountains Lie, this is Beethoven's gentler style. What, you think I have the gentler style? Not these guys. The lost strings will play a beautiful melody. And then the others take it up. But you will hear my motive again. Do you remember the motive? Very good. Again. Excellent. Is that from Leila? Ah, yes, I remember you. Oh, very good, okay. The second movement. Did you hear my motive? Bum, 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 bum. Thank you. Good. Very good. It was softer and gentle. Now, the third movement, Mountains Lie Beyond, is a dance movement. And this is usual in the symphony. The third movement quite often is a dance movement. If you feel like dancing, please don't. But we have something very interesting. If you watch the orchestra, they talk to each other. Well, they shouldn't be talking to each other, with their instruments, not texting. You hear down here. They talk to each other. You watch. You will hear this. And this goes on like this. Now, it would not be very good to leave you with a sentence that said, mountains lie beyond. And if I said it to you in such a way that it was mountains lie beyond mountains, you might miss the sentence. So I did a trick. There is no break between the third movement and the fourth movement. They go directly into each other, so you hear mountains lie beyond mountains. If you're counting movements, meaning space between our songs, it will seem like only 3 songs, but now you are very smart, you will know they are 4 songs. This fourth movement, the very important one, this is the one where we move into light. And I am so confident that you, because you're pretty smart, I think, you will hear and feel this movement into light. I'm going to ask you, when it seems like you've arrived somewhere, go ahead and raise your hand. It's okay. Or if you want, you can stand up. Because it's a very important moment. But we start now at the end of the third movement, the end of the dance movement. And from there, we'll rush into light. I think you will hear it. I'm glad that you saw that. So again, it's 4 very long songs, but we move from this darkness into light. And now you have had a taste of each of the movements. Something else, my symphony tells this story, but almost every symphony, the first movement is special. And it also tells a story. Usually the same story. I will tell you very, very simple now. In most symphonies, the idea is this. We start home. We go away from home. And we repeat that. We go back home. We explore away from home. We are so confident that we can get back home. We go off exploring, we get lost. Very lost. Then we find home again and we stay there. How many of you have been through that? Yeah? Me very recently. So it's 3 parts. Home, you move away from home, you get lost, you find home again. So in the first movement I will show you a little bit of this and they will show you a little bit of this so you can taste it. First I want you to hear what home sounds like. Do you remember anybody what home is? Very beginning. This is home. A stormy place. Like Florida. So we move away from home, right? So we go to a beautiful land. A very beautiful land. Pretty, yeah? Very different from our home. And as a composer, a person who writes music, I found it a little bit difficult to go from the stormy land to the beautiful land. How do you do that? So I think, and what I did was I used this. Silence. The orchestra's playing and playing, and then there's silence. It's the first time you hear real silence. They hit, and then you will hear the French horns. Only the French. Would you show them what your instruments look like? These are amazing instruments with amazing players. You will hear those people play only to lead us to the beautiful land. We'll play you up to the spot where they lead you to the beautiful land. So the end of our stormy home. Did you hear the silence? Yeah. And did you hear the horns? Can you sing it? Beautiful, beautiful. You even did it together in canon. Excellent. Very good. So now we play for you again. You can hear the end of our stormy home. You can hear the horns pointing you in this direction to the beautiful land. And now you'll hear the beautiful land and how it's revealed. Did you hear my motive? Anybody? You did? You did not? It's okay. Remember who's playing it? These guys, they are very sneaky. Watch them this time. We do it again. Everybody's singing about the beautiful land. Let's go back home. Let's go back home. They want to go back home. So, in fact, they take everybody back home. Listen, see if you can watch them. Watch them carefully. I do. Did you hear it? Very, very good. So this is the first part of the story. We start home. We go to the beautiful land. We return back home. Do you remember the motive? We go back to the beautiful land. We're extremely confident, and we go exploring. Now, you will hear my motive in many different ways. Now, upside down, turned and twisted, and it's beautiful and amazing, this forest. Until you realize you have no idea where home is. But I tell you something, every time I've gone away from home, there has been something which has reminded me of home. CVS, yes, something that you see that you recognize. Do you remember the horns? When they took us from that stormy home to the beautiful land? I think we're going to have to listen to them again. Would you play that, please? Sing it. Excellent. Remember this? These guys are your heroes. They will help you find your way home. So we listen for that melody. Now, in the middle of the second part where we are lost, you will hear this melody, but the horns won't play it. Somebody else will. Listen. Did you recognize it? Yes. These lovely ladies and gentlemen were playing it. So they're helping us find our way back home. It's not quite right, but we know something is there. We're going to continue on from this until we reach the front door. It's like walking through a forest and you pop through the trees and there it is, CVS. Do you recognize home? Yes, and like many times when you go away from home and you come back home, it looks and smells a little different. Probably because we have changed. I don't know, or the air conditioning went out, but regardless, it feels different. In this case, I must be honest with you. I added a few more instruments to make it louder, darker. So you can, yes, I'm sorry. So you can see this now. We go back to the very beginning of the movement, so you can remember what home was like the first time. This is home from the very beginning of the symphony. So at this very same spot, when we pop out of the trees and we see our home, this moment when the violins are playing the holding this note which must explode, something different happens. It looks like home. We go on, and it sounds exactly like the beginning, and all of a sudden, a subversive instrument. The oboe. Will you please hold that up? I asked him to wear blue today so that you would, I made that up. No. So the oboe does something very different. The oboe, it's as if we walk to the door and the oboe goes, guys, wait a minute. Let's reconsider. We are home now. We don't have to go to the beautiful land. We don't have to get lost. Why don't we just stay home? We can play dominoes. We can make it a better place, okay? And you will hear the orchestra. After the oboe has played, the orchestra will go. And then they go back. They say, we can do it. We can find the light. And they do. And it sounds just like the beginning. And they move to the beautiful land. it's fantastic, and the piece feels like it will end, and then it collapses and crushes back down into minor. Why would I do that to you? Yeah, because we have 3 more movements to go. When we arrive, I want you to feel the power of the light. Not just temporary, but real light from deep inside you. You remember the darkness, the minor? Yeah? We're going to play now the very return home, and you'll hear this oboe do this interruption. Do you think you can remember this moment? It is a very special moment. It will happen again in a moment. But that's where the orchestra decides, no, we will go on. So, movement from darkness to light. Here's major, where we end almost our first movement. And we crush it back into minor. But we're going to resolve it for you, I promise. So I've been talking for over 200 years now, I'm very tired. We will now, because the orchestra has told me that they're playing a little out of tune because of the lights. They will tune, I will speak no more, and we will play the entire symphony for you from beginning to the end. Mountains lie beyond mountains.